Hey, this is Paul from Chatbots. Thank you for the opportunity to participate in the hackathon. Been waiting for this day. Really appreciate everyone taking a quick look at it. Let's get right into it. What is Prompt React? Well, Prompt React, if you're familiar with React, it's a prompting technique for reinforcement learning. So that's what kind of the name is about. It's about this feedback loop that Prompt React utilizes to optimize your conversations inside of your Power BI deployed app, right? So we're providing the app and the feedback loop and how the assistant works. Let's quickly get into a diagram. So if I go and click on diagram, which is here, you kind of have an idea on how the hybrid search works. So from the AI assistant perspective, depending on what you're using, if it's ChatGPT, custom GPT, or Azure AI search, or you name it, it takes advantage of an Azure AI function. That function makes a decision. This decision is, do I go to the Azure AI Search vector store or do I use the Cosmos database of conversation history? Depending on the context of the question, it's going to pick one of the two. So hence the word hybrid. Might be really helpful to like categorize prompts. That would be an Azure AI Search. If you want to pull specific context out of a conversation history, that's where it might be better to use the Cosmos database. And what's really cool is the Fabric part. So the Fabric part is analyzing all of the conversations, providing what the conversations are, metadata about the conversations, if a positive feedback score had been given to the conversation, and then you as the admin, the Fabric admin or your prompt engineer, can review those conversations that have positive feedback, send it to the notebook. That notebook puts the optimized content or the conversations that have positive feedback back into the Azure AI search to be vectored and searched again. So that feedback loop iteratively improves an organization's prompts by using human reinforcement learning from the user, the Microsoft Fabric admin or the prompt engineer that is a Fabric admin, and the whole organization. So that's what this diagram is representing. By going into the different features of the app, you have your initial layout, which is going to have your iterations, your titles of your conversations, if they're orphaned, how long they were, what is the feedback. You can drill into each one of them very quickly. So like optimizing a Power Query, getting using the natural language to show suggestions on how to improve your conversation configuration, or your more specifically your temperature settings, or when you're deploying your model, how to optimize your model inside of your Azure OpenAI model that you're generating. This is an example of a prompt. So let's like ask an AI assistant to find some of the information about Power Query. So I have a custom GPT. Oh, sometimes the custom GPT acts up on me, but let's see if it works today. I'm going to, hey, Prompt React, hey, can you go out to my conversation history and find a conversation about Power Query and provide the content of the message in the response? What does that content say?
I found a conversation titled Power Query M Code Optimization Template, but the specific content of the message is currently missing from the retrieved data. The conversation is related to optimizing Power Query M code.
Hey, listen, I think you're looking at the user query. There's another related response by the assistant. Can you get the content from the message? Again, the assistant response.
I found the content from the assistant response in a previous conversation related to Power Query M code optimization. Here's what it says: Assistant response content. The response provided a detailed guide for optimizing Power Query M code. The steps outlined are as follows. 1. Review the original code.
Thank you so much. You've been so helpful today. What else can you? I could talk to you forever. And maybe the people in the hackathon will like to talk to you too, so they can optimize their Power Queries. Have a good day. That's an example of just using real-time search to go and find conversation history using voice instead of typing it in. What's also really cool is in the app itself, if I go to like explore my prompts, there's actually a help inside of the Power BI embedded app that enables you to do the search within inside of Power BI to maybe add additional context to one of the prompts that you're working on, right? So this is using the action that's calling the function that's reviewing the conversation. So again, same process, but just not using a custom chat GPT. All right. So again, that's what we provided. Happy to provide a login to the app. As far as the app itself, again, we quickly reviewed that here, paginated reports. Most customers will have an Azure AI deployed chatbot without the conversation history. So when this Azure AI deployed model is deployed, customers aren't able to visualize the conversations. We solved that problem with Prompt React. And again, conversation here. And then as far as looking through the notebook, something that might be helpful for the development team is understanding the context of using the Prompt React feedback loop. So happy to go through a code review of exactly how this works, but it basically takes the conversation, it turns the conversation into a markdown styled format that's perfected for an Azure AI search to vector, right? And then it turns using this library, right? So it's using the NLTK library to kind of take out a bunch of the special characters and things that aren't perfect for the search index to utilize. And then at the very end, it's going to go out and look at your Azure AI endpoint, create those vectors, and put them back in the Azure AI search index, all from a notebook. So again, that's the feedback loop button in the app that have been provided positive feedback for your organization to have the finely tuned AI assistant that Fabric is delivering to our customers, your customers. And I appreciate the time today, gentlemen. Please consider us. Oh, gosh. Yes. Bye.